welcome back to my fun craft cooking easy created YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a t-shirt quilt. I'll do my best. You need multiple t-shirts, but I'll show you how to cut each one individually in different videos. Today I'm cutting this one. You need a cutting mat, scissors, a rotary cutter, a 12 by 12 quilt ruler, or any size that you want. But I'm doing a 12 by 12 because the back of the quilt will be different. First, you will need to cut. People do this all differently. First, you cut the sleeves off because you don't need that for the quilt, which I like to try to save the scraps. Saves the scraps for other projects like cat toys or like a square. Small. Oops. Sorry, you can't see my head sometimes in the video, but that's okay. I'm saving this scrap. I'm gonna pause for a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to save the scraps of the t-shirts because you can make other projects with them. And you cut the other sleeve off. I'm using a rotary cutter. When you get the string stuck, then that's when I use my scissors like it underneath the shirt. You cut about right here where about the seam is for the t-shirt sleeve. Always have a cutting mat underneath. When you do quilting, sewing, I'm using my scissors now because I can get through it. And always have good sharp scissors too, like that. And I'm saving this piece because I can use it for another project. So far your t-shirt will look like this. And you'll need to cut off the neck part. And on this channel also, I'll show you how to make my delightful den miniature dollhouse. I'm doing my chocolatier one videos on my Crazy Crafter Ideas YouTube channel. And you go around the neckline like this with the rotary cutter for the t-shirt, like this. Now I'm using my scissors to cut where it's still sticking together. Gonna cut, and you don't need a tag. Even when you do other projects with fabric, I saved the pieces I think I can make something out of. If it's too small, I keep it for a scrappy quilt, which I think I started. Now I need a rotary cutter. Watch out for your fingers when you use one because they're sharp. This piece right here you don't need because that's too small, so that gets recycled. And now I'm going to take my scissors and cut about under your t-shirt. Should look like this now. Sorry, you can't see my head. I have more room at this table than the craft room table to cut t-shirts and stuff. I'm going to cut right underneath the seam for the part of the shirt like this. Or you can cut two 12 by 12 squares at the same time, but I like to do one at a time, one side at a time. I'm gonna sit down. Now I'm gonna cut this right about here. And your t-shirt will look like this. And now I'm going to have enough t-shirts. If you have enough t-shirts that you don't wear, save them to make a t-shirt quilt out of. In another video, another day, I'll show you how the one I made with my grandma. Now cut down the side. Like this. Before I sew the squares together, you'll need some stabilizer, like I think interfacing. Just sticky on one side, not both sides. Both sides. Both sides. Oh, need to pause again. Not on both sides because the stabilizer with sticky on both sides so it gets stuck to the sewing needle on the sewing machine. So you'll need like maybe I think interfacing, something that only sticks to the t-shirt, not both sides. I'm just learning how to do quilting myself. Try to teach myself how to do that. Now I'm going to use my rotary cutter and cut down this seam right here. Your t-shirt will look like this so far, like this. Just get it straight. Try your best to do it. Get your cut straight. If not, it's not a big deal because you will get sewn together like that. Here's the back side of the t-shirt, which I'm going to use, and the front side of the t-shirt I'm going to use. Now I'm going to lay this flat before you sew this together and stuff. I'm going to, not right now, before you sew it you will need to iron it, but for cutting you don't need, I don't iron. Put the quilt ruler where what parts of the t-shirt you want designed, and whatever you have left from the front side. I'm gonna pause again. Whatever piece you want on your t-shirt is underneath the rulers. Let's go to the ruler a little bit. Is what will be in your t-shirt quilt. Like this. I'm gonna pull my sleeves up. And whatever scraps are big enough, you can use for another project. So I want you'll try to get most of the picture in the 12 by 12 ruler. You can do different sizes, but that's okay. I'll just have part of the cat. I'm going to put my quilt ruler about right here. Use your left hand, or whatever, your left hand, which I'm using, and I'm using the rotary cutter with my right hand, or just whatever you need, or however you do it. It's different for everybody. You cut against the ruler like this around the square without making the square move, which is tricky. Before you cut the next end, you don't want to cut underneath your arm. You want to cut away from you. Like this. I'm going to take the rotary. I turn my mat, or if you have a turning table, that also will work. Right. I'm gonna hold. And then I'm going to cut this side of the t-shirt like that. This goes slowly so you won't cut off the mat. I'm going to turn my cutting mat this way. This way. Don't move the ruler. Now I'm cutting against this side without cutting the ruler too. Sometimes that happens. Like that. Turn your mat again so it can always cut away from you. Like this. Like that. I'm going to close the rotary cutter because now I'm going to use my scissors. I'm going to keep this scrap. It's like there's some pieces I still can use from this t-shirt. Yeah, I can use some of this pieces I can use, but some of them might be too small on that part, but that's okay. Saving this piece. Oop, that's on a chair. And now let's measure this. Here is one. Sorry, I can't see my head. I'll try to push you guys back. Part back, the front piece. I'm gonna pause and get the bottom back side piece set up. Then I'll be back and show you how I cut that. Okay, back. I'm going to put my quilt ruler right here. I'll try to set up this video different, the next video different, so you can't see my head sometimes. As long as you can see what I'm doing, that's fine. I'm gonna cut against this edge. I'm around at 12 by 12 square. I'm gonna cut the top like that. Move my butt scissors out of the way. Turn your cutting mat. Cut down this side. I don't have a turning table, but that's okay. You just can turn your mat so you don't cut underneath your arm, because it's too tricky and hard. I hold the ruler like this with my left hand, and I cut. Use a rotary cutter with my right. Cut underneath on that side. Take this rotary cutter and cut down on this side, like this, without getting the cutting ruler like that. That should be all 4 sides. And now I'm gonna take the scissors, cut the where we're still sticking to the t-shirt, the square. Like this, all the way around. And I try to make sure the rotary cutter gets most of it first. This can go probably my scrap bag for the quilts and stuff. Like that. This piece I can use. Turn that around. And you got 2. I'm gonna sit down so you can see me now. And it's hard to cut t-shirts when you're sitting down. Try to get these cut close to the same size as you can, but they can be different sizes if you'd like. And the whole entire quilt. And this is the back side of the same t-shirt I cut on the front of. When you put, I'll show you how to put interfacing on the squares when I get to that part, but I think I had to go buy some. That's how you cut one t-shirt, and now I'll show you how to cut multiple more. Like and subscribe.